My name is Bruno Vendittelli. I'm an orthodontist and an amateur race car driver. I like cars because of their design and utilitarian feature, but mostly the design and their history. I first became interested in cars when I was a young boy. I grew up in a family of automotive mechanics and bodymen, and so I was always introduced to cars. And once I saw my first Porsche and Ferrari, I immediately fell in love. So I spent my youth, every month I would look forward to the road and track to come in, and I would read it from front to back, and I would know every single statistic about every exotic car that was produced. The Road and Track is a magazine that still is in existence today. I believe it started probably in the 1960s, and it's a monthly publication that talks only about cars. My first car was a 1978 Celica, Toyota Celica GTS, and I love that car. It really was pretty amazing. It was cream colored with brown and tan interior and a sunroof and a 5-speed manual transmission. The reason I started racing was because because I enjoy the utilitarian aspects of cars. I thought that there was something more interesting and safer than driving cars on the street. So I went to a racetrack, and at those days they had driving events, and I would take my street car on the track and do laps, and I quickly became addicted. And from there I went on to do my race license. I bought a race car, and now I race on a consistent basis. The interesting stories about the track, well, there's always an interesting story. So the track itself is a place that's filled with adrenaline and emotions, and anything could change at any given time. I remember the start of this season, I just had my car repaired. I had the engine rebuilt, and it was the day to test it. So my first day out testing the car, it felt great, and every lap I was pushing it a little bit more. And then through a stroke of a mechanical failure at the end of one straight, I braked, some oil got on the wheels, and I went into a spin. And the only thing that was going through my mind was, oh my gosh, I hope I don't hit the wall and damage the car. And as soon as that I was thinking that, I heard the first bang. And then shortly after, I heard the second bang. And I stopped and really felt dejected after having the car pretty much ready for the race season. I was back to square one with a damaged car. The reason I think racing's worth it is because it feeds the part of me that seeks a little bit of thrill. And so it is expensive. It does take a lot of time and commitment, but I do think it's worthwhile. It's something that I enjoy. I get to do it with my two brothers who also race with me, so I spend quality family time. And you develop a real nice camaraderie with the people who come and race on the weekend. They're all people like me of different ages, of different backgrounds, who have a love of cars and have a love of racing, and they put everything on the track. But after a race, you all get together and have a beer together, and you share stories about what happened on the track. It's really fun. Well, this will be my third season. So my first season, I actually got a podium finish. I finished third in a regional race, so that was quite exciting. And then my second season, I had a third and a second place finish, again in regional and vintage racing. So I was pretty proud of that. As a rookie, only my second year of racing at the time, I felt I was doing pretty good. So what I would tell someone who's interested in racing is to go for it. There's multiple levels. You can race any car of any value. There's something called chump racing, where you have a car that's no more value of $1,500, and everyone goes and races those cars. And then there's regional and vintage racing. As much as you enjoy it, it requires a lot of practice. So you practice, hone your skills, go out on the track, enjoy it, and always put safety first. Make sure that you have top equipment, roll cages, harnesses, the proper helmets and things, because you want to do something you enjoy, but at the same time you want it to be as safe as possible.